Good morning, children. Namaste. I hope you are enjoying online teaching. Online, better to say online learning. Your learning totally depends on your interest and curiosity. If you have no interest, no curiosity, you cannot enjoy your learning. This is not for only time pass. Sitting in your bedroom, seeing your mobile, and watching what is being taught to you, this is not enough. But you have to grasp each and every word. Only then you can prepare well for your examination. Finally, you have to think for your examination, your result. Okay? For the last 2 days, I have been repeating the same thing, and I will repeat the same thing, and I will be repeating the same thing. The same thing means here you understand the name of the chapters, the writer's name. Because when the school reopens and runs as usual, first I will ask you these things, because this carries 1 mark for your examination, so it is important. Understand? Yesterday the first chapter was taught to you. The name of the chapter was A Letter to God. Main character, a poor farmer Lencho. Why did he write a letter to God? Because his crops were destroyed in a powerful hailstorm. He had become hopeless, helpless. He had a great hope, profound trust in God. Therefore, he wrote a letter to God to send him 100 pesos. Right? So this chapter I think you had enjoyed. Today we will learn poem, poetry section. You know, poetry section is the most important and most endearing part of literature because it is directly connected with our heart. Prose is connected with our mind, but poetry is connected with our heart, and the decision taken from heart is always good and acceptable, beautiful, because it teaches us how to live life. We will read two small poems today. The first poem is Dust of Snow, and the second poem is Fire and Ice. Both these poems have been written by one poet, and the name of the poet is Robert Frost. I think the name of the poet Robert Frost is very familiar with you because in class 9 you read the same poet. Remember, what is the name of the poem? The Road Not Taken. Yes, The Road Not Taken, the same poet Robert Frost, and here you are reading two poems by him. The first poem, Dust of Snow, and the second poem, Fire and Ice. First, let me clear it that Robert Frost was a great American poet. He is regarded as a highly eminent symbolic poet. Symbolic poet. I think you do not understand word symbol. Symbol means something or some words that represent other words, other sense. For example, I am giving you, when I say there is darkness in my life. When I say there is darkness in my life, here darkness is a symbol, and this symbol represents sadness. I should say, or I can say there is sadness in my life, but I did not say sadness. I said there is darkness. I'm sorry, there is darkness in my life. When I say yes, morning will come. Hope morning will come. You may say, sir, don't worry, morning will also come to your life. Here morning is also a symbol because here morning means what? Happiness. I remember a very beautiful line by P.B. Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley, when he said, if winter comes, Can spring be far behind? Winter comes. Here, winter is the symbol of sadness, symbol of death, symbol of frustration, and spring is the symbol of rebirth, hope, optimism, life, happiness. So, this poem, Dust of Snow, is a symbolic poem. Just try to understand. The poet Robert Frost wants to convey and give us the message of adjustment in life. How we can adjust in our life. How a very small thing in our life can give us a lot of joy and sense of pleasure. First, I am reading out the poem. You listen very carefully. Dust of snow, the way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Only 8-line poem. There are only 8 lines, but these 8 lines gives us enormous sense, very big sense. As I told you, this is symbolic poem. Here you see there are 3 symbols. The first is dust of snow. Snow method to say snow. Second is a crow, and third is a hemlock tree. If you see here very minutely, crow, we cannot say that crow is a loving word. Crow is a negligible bird. Crow is an ominous bird, bad bird. It can never give us joy. It can never give us pleasure. When we see the cuckoo, when we see the parrot, we have some joy, we have some pleasure, but we can never get any pleasure to see a crow. Likewise, there is a tree, hemlock tree. It is a poisonous tree. Poisonous tree can never give us any comfort, any health and happiness. But there is another symbol here, the layer, the flake, and the particles of snow. Here, this is optimism. So, this poem, Dust of Snow, is symbolically an optimistic poem. The poet was in a very pensive mood, sad mood. He was troubled. He was frustrated in life because some misfortunes had befallen him. He was thinking very pessimistically, but all of a sudden, some particles of snow dropped on his head, and that was taken by the crow. When those particles of snow fell on the head of the poet, he felt immediately some sense of relaxation, some sense of change in life. This change in life, he was in sad mood, he was in disappointed mood, in pensive mood. Then all of a sudden, the particles, the layers of the dust that was taken by the crow and that fell on the head of the poet brought a change in his life. Though that was a very small thing, but that small thing brought a change in his life and he felt relaxed. So the poet here wants to say, even the smallest thing has the power to bring a change in our life. I think you understand it. You will write down the summary of this poem in your LW copy. Now, second poem, side by side, it goes on. It is Fire and Ice, again symbolic poem. Fire and ice. As you understand here, fire, that is hot, always hot, and fire, ice, that is always cold. When we say don't go near the man, he is fire, means the man is very angry. And if we say, oh, go near him, he is ice now, means he is cool and calm. So again we see fire and ice. This is a symbolic poem. Let me first read this poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. So you see here the symbol of fire and ice, that is very clear. There are some words written just below, you will understand first. Greed, conflict, insensitivity, avarice, fury, coldness, cruelty, intolerance, indifference, lust, rigidity, hatred. These are the words that can be divided into two parts. Some words are for fire and some words are for ice. The poet says, this world will come to an end. The world will be completely destroyed only by two means, either by fire or by ice. But the world will come to an end. And if the world is to be destroyed twice, the poet said it is ice that will destroy the world. What we see nowadays, men have become so cruel, so bloody minded, so insensitive, without any sensitivity, without any sympathy, without any sense of helpfulness. What will happen? The whole mankind, the whole humanity will come to an end. At present we are experiencing the same. It is the fault of some great country and we all suffer. So why this happened? Because of the greediness, cruelty, insensitivity. The poet says, some say the world will end in fire and some say in ice. Yes, the poet, actually these two opinions are of the poet. But the poet says that according to some people, the world will end in fire. And some say the world will end in ice. I am telling you that as fire stands for cruelty, killing and bloodshed, and ice stands for greed, insensitivity, inhumanity. The poet feels these destructive evils will certainly destroy the world. If we are not aware of these evils, we will lose our existence. So what is our duty? To eliminate these evils from our society so that we can survive here. Understand? So now in the book some words are given. You have to separate these books, which words stand for fire and which words stand for ice, and also write a summary. Okay, thank you, good day.